Hello everyone, this is Namrata. Hope you all are doing good and staying safe. Today we'll be discussing one of the very interesting feature related to Spring 22 release that's associated with workflow rules, that is migration of your workflows to flows. Salesforce earlier has announced at Dreamforce that workflow rules and process builder will be deprecated, which means that flow will be the future for any kind of automation. So as a part of that announcement and part of Spring 22 release, Salesforce introduced new feature which is migrate your workflows to flows. Earlier, as a part of the summer 22 release, they introduced a feature called as how to migrate the process builders to flow. But before we understand this feature, which is how do you migrate your workflows to flows as a part of the Spring 22 release, let's have a look at other interesting features for Spring 22. So we have the details updated in our SFDC one-stop blog, so you can take a look into it. It will be as soon as you open up our blog, you will be able to view the Spring 22 release sneak peek interesting features. Let's take a deep dive here. There are features which are related to Salesforce Optimizer flows. So if you see here, the first point itself says use the migrate to flow tool to convert your workflows into the flow. Flow builder can do everything that workflows can do and many more. Building flows and aligning elements is easier with auto layout, which is now the default canvas layout for the flow that is generally available. Flows can now be ordered, that is, you can define a trigger order value only for a before or after save record trigger flow for an object. And likewise, there are a lot of different interesting features which are related to flows. Let's talk about Sales Cloud. Sales Cloud also there is some interesting feature which is related to forecast types and forecast settings. You can take a look into these in detail. You have something related to the performance assistant, event monitoring, Lightning Web Component. With the Service Cloud, there are a lot of changes related to Einstein bot, knowledge, routing. And when you take a look into the Experience Cloud, so if you recall, when we had a session related to the Experience Cloud, we can have up to 100 sites, right? So now, as a part of the Spring 22 release, what they have done, whatever the sites you have 100, those sites you can archive up, and the archive sites do not count against your Salesforce limit of 100 sites. Now, if you want to unarchive the specific site which is not in use based upon your requirement that your organization says that let's not use the specific site, you can go ahead and archive it rather than deleting it. And then as and when needed, if you want to unarchive, you can also do the unarchive. So what does it do? It releases the maximum limit of 100 sites. Salesforce CMS app is now renamed as Digital Experiences app. Then you can also put your site in the maintenance mode while making updates by clicking on deactivate to put your site in the maintenance mode too. Likewise, there is something which is related to the flows for the guest user and Lightning App Builder. So these are the various features which are related to Spring 22. Now let us get into the feature what we are talking about, which is migrate to flow. So let's log in into our sandbox. So I have a sandbox which is Spring 22 already configured. So I will be opening that specific sandbox. So this is my sandbox which is Spring 22. Here I have a sample workflow rule which is created. For example, you have a workflow rule on the object called as a case, wherein whenever the status of a case is new, it triggers an email to the specific user. So which is a very simple workflow rule which I have created. Now let's see how do you migrate this specific workflow to the flow using the migrate your workflow rules to flow. So here you see, right, whenever you open the specific sandbox, it clearly says a notification icon, right? This is a notification icon which says go with the flow. With Flow Builder, the future of low code automation, you can do everything you can do with workflows and more. Salesforce plans to retire the workflow rules and recommended building automation for Flow Builder. Yeah, as a part of Winter 23, I guess workflow rules and process builders will be deprecated. So that is the reason whatever the workflows you have it in your organization, it is really important that you migrate all your workflows to Flow. Now let us see how do you do that. So let's click on migrate your workflow rules to Flow here. So when I click on it, it says that it is a beta version, migrate to Flow. See, it is a beta version. So here the workflow name is popped up. New case, what is the object? The workflow rule status is active. Resulting flow is this one. Let's click on new case and click on migrate to Flow. So here it says test the flow new case underscore 2 because I already have the new case created. That is why it is showing me this one. Otherwise, it will just give you the same name, new case. Then click on test in Flow Builder. When you click the test in Flow Builder, it opens up a new tab which navigates me to the Flow Builder. Here you see that it has opened in the Flow Builder. Here, whatever you have configured in your workflow, right? We have created, we have used a case object. We have, if you click on edit, here you see, select the object whose record triggers the flow when they are created, updated or deleted. So all of these options are available in the workflow as well, right? So same options are available here. If you want to set the conditions, you can set the conditions here. Trigger the flow when do you want to trigger the flow? A record is created, record is updated, a record is created or updated. If you want to, if a record is deleted, you want it to trigger this particular flow. Then enter the criteria. You can set some criteria over here. I already set the criteria as status equals to new. Then I have selected that actions and related record. So that is what it has automatically picked up, done. Then immediately what has it done? It has created an action. When you click on it, it says that new case is created, an email has to be sent out, an action has been sent. Here if you can see, the new email action has been created over here. So what it does the same thing what we did it in our workflow. So as soon as the object is created, as soon as a case is created, it triggers a email alert to the specific user. So a new case is created. This is the email alert which is being used. You can take a look into that specific email alert. Edit the element. If you see, it has created by itself. Now once you do that, it is your flow is stopped. So this is how you can convert your workflows into the flow. And now you can try to save as, because the already existing version, right? So let's save it. And then once you save it, you will have to activate your flow. Workflow rule migrated from is still active. Deactivate the new case workflow rule and try to activate this flow again. So let's go back here. And what I will do is let's navigate to the workflow rules and we will try to deactivate that specific workflow rule so that we can activate the flow. Click on continue. Here you have this workflow rule, right? See, I have given this specific a new cases created. But and on top of that, what I've used a very simple sample support email template. Okay, let's not get into the details of that. So here, let's deactivate the existing workflow. Once you deactivate the existing workflow, here you see that the active is not enabled. Now let's go back here. Let's close this and try to activate it. So now at this time, it should activate. The record is activated. So now when you go back, click on the back, and when you navigate to the flows, here you see new case. It is an auto launched flow, and here you can see that when was the flow last modified by. And if you recall, I mentioned you right when I try to verify this particular feature, I clicked on it, so new case got created. Because I did not do anything, it is just sitting in my flows. If you want to delete it, you can easily go ahead and delete that specific flow. So that's how you can migrate the existing workflows to flow. So this is a very interesting feature which is provided by the Salesforce, and also since workflows is being deprecated, it is really recommended for every one of us to migrate all our existing workflows to flows. I hope you find this video helpful and informative. In case you find it really helpful, please do share with your friends and colleagues. Until we come up with our next video session, please do take care of yourself. Signing off, Namrata Karyala. Bye bye.